Oh, hey, hi, I'm Jalen Johnston. Got a fun one today here in the old guitar basement where I'm hanging out. Super special find. Was really excited to find this one. This is a 1979 Takamine F-349, according to the little strip in the back there. According to that serial number in there, that confirms the 1979. So this is peak lawsuit era, when all the import companies made in Japan were putting all the pressure on Martin by stealing their designs. There was never actually a lawsuit in the lawsuit era, but there were a few cease and desist letters. So Takamine no longer uses that Martin script logo right there. But super special find. Got it from the original owner about an hour and a half away from my house. But super excited, not only because it's such a great find, mahogany top, back, sides. It's all laminate. Sounds fantastic, having been played since the late 70s by one owner. But right after I got it, a buddy of mine was coming through town on tour, and he was looking for a new Dreadnought guitar to record and play out with. So I brought a couple things by. This was one of them, and he fell in love with this one, and I think he should have. It's pretty great. So I've already done the setup, already cleaned up the fingerboard, polished up the frets a little bit, all that good stuff. But now that I know kind of who it's going to and what it's going to be used for, we decided that there should be a couple of other upgrades made. So number one, these tuning machines, the originals, they're working. They weren't slipping or anything, but you know, ideally you want something a little bit more solid than that. So I got a set of Grover Rotomatics that should go right in that footprint. There'll be an open hole at the top here, but the bottom should line up with that screw hole there. So that's an easy drop-in upgrade that'll make a massive difference just in terms of you know, just the feel, having it feel right and be solid, no slipping on the tuning. And then the other thing we're gonna do, gonna put in a K&K Pure Mini pickup. This is my favorite for acoustics. A lot of people's favorite for acoustics. I love it for a number of reasons. The install is minimally invasive, number one, so you're not doing all sorts of crazy hardcore modifications to the guitar. You just have to widen this strap button hole right there, which I've already done off camera. And then there's no battery or anything. It's passive. It just runs. You plug it in, you play it, that's done. No big maintenance stuff where you got to worry about 9 volts and stuff like that. And of course the sound. The sound's awesome. It's got 3 different, basically microphone sensors, piezo microphone sensors that attach to 3 different points on the bridge plate on the underside here. So I get to throw a mirror in there, do a little glue up job, and you get to come with me. Let's go. First things first, gotta take the watch off. Don't need a watch dinging up the guitar when you're getting all up in the sound hole guts there. So yeah, number one, gotta forget what time it is. Next, we've got, I've got a little light. This is actually like a motion sensing closet light that has an always on switch. Perfect for just dropping in to the inside of the guitar, which illuminates everything so that when I put my mirror in, I can now see that bridge plate that I'm working on. Little bit of tear out on the bridge plate from you know, years and years of ball ends on the strings coming through there, but the outer plate and where everything's going to be attaching as far as the pickup goes is still in pretty good shape. So opting not to do anything like a, you know, they sell like brass plates and stuff that you can install on there. If it becomes an issue later down the road, that can be added. Now for the K&K unit itself, I mean, it looks like this. Pretty simple machine. Got the 3 sensor elements there that are going to go on the underside of the bridge plate, and then of course the output jack. A little pretty cap there, nice and user friendly. But really what holds it in place is this retainer nut and the washer. You can see there's a little bit of a skinnier portion of the barrel here where it protrudes through the tail end of the guitar. And that is going to get adjust it as far as how far out it sticks by using this retaining nut here. This barrel cover also moves in order to accommodate all of that. So there's a little bit of back and forth in terms of plugging it in, figuring out how much it sticks out. Here, I can move camera over here to that hole here. Little bit of trial and error as far as how far out that sticks. But we've got specialty tools to help. See that? Now this is just the end of a bum guitar cable. You can see the tip is no good, but what it is good for is making contact with the barrel, the jack here, so I can use it as a fisher to come in to the hole that got bored out, and then all the way through to the sound hole, so I can fish that back through. See if I can do this all in one take. Make the connection here, and then we pull that right on back through. Yeah, so you see the little threaded barrel sticking out there. Now, I can put my hand on the inside, kind of brace it, and your job here is done. Now, get the washer and the retaining nut on, while still holding it on the insides, make sure it doesn't fall through again. Little washer, if I can get the alignment right, and then the retaining nut. And what we're going for is for the tip of this threaded barrel to basically be flush with the end of this cap here. Cap's pretty much just cosmetic, a little bit of user friendliness, but that screws on there. It's a little shallow still, but pretty good. I may be able to adjust that just from within without having to refish it through. So let's do that. Yeah, now that there is just about right. So I'm gonna pop the little cosmetic cap off again and really give it a good snug down. There's a little hole at the top there, and that is really just so you can put something through it to hold it in place. I'm just using this little Allen wrench, and then I can use this little tool. It has a little soft felt underside so I don't mar the finish, to actually screw, turn the nut. Screw the nut. Do you screw nuts? You screw screws. Do you screw nuts? Not the nuts. I don't know. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. Anyway, that's nice and snug there. Yeah, nice and snug. There's a little crush washer on the inside. And now this guy, right back on. And that is perfectly flush with the end there. That is what I want. And now I have a little soft grip plier that I can grip this guy with and give it one final snuggy snug turn. And that is in place. That is where we want it. Now we've got a little bit to prep here. These, we fish these little sensors out here, these little piezo elements. They're a bit shiny here. What we really want is to scuff them up a little bit, just to give the glue a little bit more adhesion surface. So we've got a little bit of sandpaper. Just gonna, yeah, that's getting scuffed there. Just to dull the brightness a little bit, because we are gonna glue these with actual glue. I'm just gonna super glue them to the underside of the plate. The set comes with sticky pads, but even the manufacturer that gives you those sticky pads for these says, if you're really gonna install this and you really mean it, use glue. Don't use the parts that we gave you. So just roughing those up, scuffing it up, prepping it for glue, and then we're gonna do one at a time on the underside, and I'll show you what that fun thing's gonna look like. Sneak preview. I gotta get my eye way in there. Prep is everything. Right now we're just prepping to make sure we don't make some big mistakes, right? I've got super glue ready to go here. This is a little accelerator to work with that super glue. I've got the top of the guitar covered so that we don't drip any super glue on there. And right now I'm just gonna reach into the sound hole and clean off the underside of the bridge plate to make sure we're working with a totally clean surface. 1979 guitar. There might be a little bit of dust in there, you know what I mean? So that is looking good. I am using my mirror to prove it. I'll show y'all too. You can see in there, I've got the little bridge plate. Now I've also stuck 2 of the bridge pins in there because we're basically gonna align these sensors to be 2 and 2 and 2, 3 of them, just kind of right in between the 2 pegs. So I like to put 2 pegs in just so I'm totally positive where I'm trying to align it. Little reference point there. You can see those sticking out there. And now I'm going to pre-saturate the bridge plate with the accelerator so that the super glue sticks immediately once I get it in there. So we got the accelerator there, I promise. Yeah, accelerator, says so. And I'm just going to totally douse this paper towel. And then I saturate it on the inside of the bridge. Oh yeah, you can see that on the inside there now. It's a bit darker. This is literally just like a little dental swab applicator for like tooth cleaning and bleach applications. I've got the super glue just on some wax paper over here, just a little dab. And we will go ahead and grab the first of these little pickup elements here. Doesn't matter which one's which, already pre-scuffed. You can see that there. And now I'm gonna get a nice dab in the middle, make full contact all the way around here. Nice even spreading. And once that's got the super even spread all the way to the edges, go ahead and grab another dab. Just put a nice dab in the middle. Yeah. Swab carefully back down onto that wax paper. And now comes the fun part where I get to use my eye to look through this little hole to make sure I'm aligning it right. Your view of this is not quite as important as my view of this because I have one shot to do this right. So I am looking straight down through what is the D string hole. And now I'm just holding that sensor, just holding that little piezo element until it's surely stuck on there. Yeah, now it is. Just nice and firm. All right, 1 out of 3 of the sensors down. So I'm gonna move these pins over so that I have my visual reference back again. And we're gonna do that 2 more times. Let's see if you can see where that sensor is in there. Number 1. All right, you can see my placement there, those 3 elements. Good news is they don't really need to be exactly. There is a little jig that you can use to help, but the exact placement on there isn't totally critical. So this thing's still gonna sound absolutely fantastic. Oh, my motion sensor light went off. I gotta twinkle my toes here. There we go. So yeah, that is installed. And you can see it runs just straight through the end block there. And that's all she wrote. Just those 3 elements combined to that little output jack. That's an electric guitar now. Now that glue is solid. So we're done with that phase. Go ahead and turn that light off. It's magnetic, it sticks right to my workbench. And then we can pull the mirror out as well since we are done looking in the guts of that thing. Now, I'm gonna move on to doing the tuning replacement, the tuning machine replacement. Yeah, like I said, these are the originals. They are nice and wobbly, right? They're fake closed gear tuners. This is just a cover that's cosmetic on the outside. So I'm gonna strip all these off and get these much higher quality Grover Rotomatics on there. That original tuning machines removed. As you can see, not a totally clean removal. These little, what are they called? Ferrules, bushings. They're splined and they were just in there by friction. Had to tap them out, and they took a little bit of the finish on a couple of the edges here. But good news, whoop, these Grovers have a washer that covers any of that up. So now you just get to tighten these up times 6, flip it over, screw them on in. And with the magic of editing, see those rotomatics on there now. Little top hole from the former, and I actually did have to dowel and then re-drill this a little bit further down. But for the most part, they look right at home, you know, right at home. That is what Martin was using back in the day, and Martin is clearly who they were ripping off back in the day. So yeah, feeling good about that. That'll be a nice upgrade as far as the function and the feel and the fit and the finish and all of that fun stuff. So I'm gonna get her all strung back up, and then I'm gonna give it the test run. All right, she's all strung up. Let's give her a little amplified test real quick. She works. So there we have it. A very special 1979 Takamine F-349 in mahogany on mahogany on mahogany. And she's playing great. Super excited for this to get boxed up. I'm gonna ship it out so that it will be waiting for the buddy when they get home from tour. Hopefully I'll time it just perfectly so that it's on the porch right when they get back and they got something to open like it's Christmas morning. But yeah, this was a fun one, especially because of the connection and it's kind of staying in the family, you know? So yeah, looking forward to getting this one to its new home. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.